A juicy turkey, seasoned with sage butter and maple syrup and topped with bacon. We are making a maple glazed turkey today. You may be thinking, Allison, it's the beginning of October. Isn't it a little early to be making a turkey? But if you're wondering that, then you may not realize that Canadian Thanksgiving is the second Monday in October. And can I just mention how amazing it is to live in such an interconnected world? The internet may be a total trash fire sometimes, but without it, most of us would not be nearly so exposed to other countries and other cultures outside of our own. Thanks to the internet, I've been introduced to new countries, new cultures, new holidays that I would not have otherwise really known about, such as our Canadian friends celebrating Thanksgiving a whole month before those of us in the US. So if I'm going to be making a turkey around Canadian Thanksgiving, then what's more appropriate than a maple glazed turkey? If you've been keeping up with our videos, then you may have an inkling of what's coming up, but if not, I'm going to keep it a surprise. Let's make our turkey. Step 1, pretend this chicken is a turkey because it's October and I'm in California and there is absolutely no way I could fit an entire 14-pound turkey in my teeny tiny little oven. Like seriously, it's not possible. So we're going with the chicken. We want the skin to dry out a little bit so it has a better chance at getting really crispy. We're gonna put our turkey/chicken breast side up on a rack in a roasting pan and let that sit out at room temperature for an hour so it can dry out. Also, make sure you remove the giblets and/or neck that might be inside of your turkey. Although, are you really a real cook if you haven't accidentally cooked the giblet bag inside your turkey? I know I have. Take it out if you've got it. Unfortunately, this chicken did not come with any giblets. I feel so cheated. It's the best part. While your turkey is sitting out at room temperature, mince some fresh sage. This is what's going to give it that really Thanksgiving smell. It's floral and earthy and almost pine scented. Mince that up really small, and then we're going to mix that with some room temperature butter, some salt, and some fresh ground black pepper. Before preheating, take the top rack out of your oven and make sure the bottom rack is in the lower third of your oven. You want this positioning so that there is plenty of room to fit your whole turkey/chicken in the oven. Now, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Before you butter them up, liberally sprinkle your turkey with salt and fresh ground black pepper and really get your hands in there and rub the salt and pepper all over your turkey and inside. Get into that body cavity and get it all seasoned because you want as much of that meat as possible to be seasoned. Once your turkey is seasoned, spread that sage butter all over the skin. The butter can get kind of slippery, so I sort of like dabbed it all over instead of trying to rub it on because it'll just slide off. So I tried to dab it so as much of the turkey as possible is covered in butter. Then carefully ease your hand under the skin, in between the skin and the meat of the turkey, and very, very gently separate the skin from the meat. There will be some connective tissue there, but you should be able to break it. Just be careful not to break the skin if you can. Once the skin is separated from the turkey, slide some of that butter in between the skin and the meat, trying to get that spread around as evenly as possible so you've got butter both inside and outside of the skin. Truss the legs with kitchen string. This will help keep the meat from drying out because there's as little surface area as possible exposed, and also keep some of the skin from burning. And since this is a maple glazed turkey after all, we are going to baste our turkey with a bit of maple syrup diluted with hot water. Since the butter is rather precariously attached to that skin, I kind of dribbled the maple syrup over the skin instead of painting it on with a pastry brush. Don't worry about using up all of the maple syrup because we will be basting the bird throughout the cooking time, so we'll use it all up later. And now it is time to cook. Since I'm using a little chicken versus most people would be using a big turkey, my timing is a little bit different, but I will be giving both timings just in case you want it. Either way, expect to be cooking your bird from between 13 to 20 minutes per pound. My little 4-pound chicken took a little over an hour to fully cook, whereas a typical 12 to 14 pound turkey may take upwards of 3 hours to fully cook. Once your bird is in the oven, every so often take it out and baste it with more of that maple syrup mixture. For a turkey, you can probably do this every half hour or so, but since I have much less cooking time on my chicken, I did it every 15 minutes. When about 2/3 of your expected time has passed, so think about 2 hours for a big turkey or about 45 minutes for my little chicken, take your bird out of the oven and lay bacon strips over the breast. Since our legs and wings were starting to brown, we could have put foil over it, but we just decided to put more bacon on top of it to protect the skin, because more bacon is never a bad thing. And then, because of course this is totally over the top, baste your bacon-covered bird with more of the maple syrup. At this point, you can put an oven-safe thermometer into the thickest part of the thigh and put your bird back in the oven. What I did was just tested it every time I took the bird out of the oven, but regardless, you're going to be wanting to get up to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you put the bacon on your turkey and you're cooking it to get it up to 165, continue taking it out every 15 minutes, half hour, however much you were doing previously, and basting it with more of that maple syrup. If your bacon is cooked before your turkey hits 165 degrees, you can cover it with foil to make sure it doesn't burn. Once the temperature hits 165 degrees Fahrenheit and the juices are running clear, you can take your turkey out of the oven. You can let your bird rest for a few minutes before doing this, but once it's out of the oven, tilt it so that all of the juices run out of that body cavity into the pan. Shrimpy will be using all of these amazing pan drippings in our next video because he's making the gravy. Then you can move your turkey to a cutting board, tent it with foil, and let it sit for half an hour before you cut into it. Et voila! Your turkey is ready to eat. Are you ready to be a lickin' this turkey that's actually a chicken? It's turkey time.
It's chicken time. Chicken dance, Allison. The chicken dance. Jeez, we are awkward. What happened to all the chicken, though? That's the question everyone is wondering. What the heck happened?
I gave us each a piece to taste.
We're
saving the rest of it. We have something. There's a reason why we made this.
There is a reason. What is the reason, Allison? I cannot accept this reason.
On Canadian Thanksgiving. I got my chopsticks and my turkey chicken.
So I had a chance to eat some of this because when we were taking this apart for the picture, I had a chance to pick at the carcass. So I had a chance to taste all the good bits of it, like the tail of it, the fatty tail of the chicken. That's the best part. Or
somebody
duck.
was eating the tail without me.
Oh no, I didn't save it for you. I didn't know. I didn't know you like eating.
Don't judge.
Wow, now we're gonna get blacklisted.
Chicken! Chicken! What are you talking about?
All right.
Keep your mind out of the gutter. This is really tasty.
Oh man.
And it's really juicy, but it's a chicken. Obviously, I can't get a whole turkey right now. Otherwise, I totally would have done this with a turkey. Since we had to make this now, I kind of want to make it again whenever I can get a turkey and try this recipe again with a whole turkey. And first of all, see if I can fit it in my oven.
Probably not.
But if I can
get
fit
a
it in
baby turkey. I don't even know
I'm
what
just
that
gonna
word
show up at my mom's and be like, I need your oven for a second. don't worry about it. But I want to try this with a turkey to see if it will be as juicy, as flavorful, as just like really, really tasty as it is with the chicken.
Yes.
I've been screwing this up. I don't know
Just
what bird
call it
this
the
is.
chicken.
Are you stealing my...
Oh, that's your piece? Okay. It's so tasty. The meat, I think the bacon fat kind of
dripping and bacon fat just all over
meat is so, because as I'm eating it, I can taste the bacon.
I also really like how you can taste the maple syrup.
Yeah.
But it's not like in your face, oh my God, this is so sweet. It's just this very, very subtle flavor of maple syrup. And I think you'll see in the gravy recipe that Shrimpy makes on the next video, he's using the drippings from this chicken and all of the maple syrup ended up in the gravy. So the gravy is really sweet, but the chicken itself it's got the flavor without overwhelming sweetness. So it's really, really tasty.
Allison, did we save any for Shrimpy? Shrimpy, we got no more for you.
Don't tell him.
He's crying in the corner, Allison.
He'll survive. If you would like to have your name on this gorgeous list right over here, you can go to patreon.com/sushiday and help support our channel like these wonderful people did. Don't forget to sub and hit that like button, and we'll see you next time. Where's my chicken? Come on, guys, I was just here for the chicken. What comes next? I don't know. Chicken versus kitchen every single time. Gosh, I was holding on to that burp.